Hello, my impatience. It is I, Andrew the Android Kowalski here. I am live and I'm ready to perform for all of you. How art thou? How art thou? I hope you will come joining and engaging. I hope you will come joining and engaging. So I bought a membership to Cougar Life, where young men, well, not to say I'm young, but I'm a 38-year-old man, go to meet older women. I'm not sure if it's a waste of money or not. So far, no success. But the membership was purchased. I guess that was my birthday gift. A membership to Cougar Life. Hey, I think I have more luck, finding somebody on Cougar Life than I do finding somebody on Millionaire Match. So we'll see if this one comes to fruition, but you never know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. So somebody says, let me just unblock some people, especially Dave. I know some people are complaining, oh, you block everyone, Andrew, you block everyone. And nobody wants to, nobody's at my beck and call anymore because, so let's go community moderation. No, channel, how do I unblock people? Permissions, it's in this general area, but okay. Community moderation, probably user management. Oh yeah, here we go. I found it. So let me unblock Patrick. Should I just do the old? I'm not unblocking Abilify. Should I just do the old Multiverse of Madness and just unblock everybody? I think that's not a bad idea. Do the old Multiverse of Madness and unblock everyone. Okay. Everyone's unblocked, including Chiba, Dave, Horndog. I just did the old Multiverse of Madness and unblocked everyone. I just did the old Multiverse of Madness and unblocked everyone. So everybody's welcome back. You get a second chance. Everybody has been released. Everybody has been released. "666 is glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Yes. La 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 la. Yeah, I don't think it's the real Nefarious Eyeblast, but I unblocked literally everybody. They all get a second chance. We'll see. I'm sure Dave will notice. To be honest with you, some of the impatients were getting on my nerves, but everybody deserves a second chance. So I bought a membership to Cougar Life. For those of you who don't know, so far no luck, so far no success, but I'm looking to meet an older woman on Cougar Life. Uh, 666 says, money well spent, no doubt. Well, at the very least, it's going to be less of a waste of money than Millionaire Match. So, somebody says, Cougar Life sounds promising. Is it a hookup site? Not necessarily. It's for older women who are looking to date younger men. Somebody says, fair enough, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm looking for women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. The sauce says, you are doing the right thing, Andrew. You are doing the right thing. I am messaging women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s on Cougar Live. So far, no luck, but that might change. I messaged a lot of people. So far, no luck. Anybody want me to set up the DSLR and do? Somebody says you need. I know with menopause, I don't know if women are still really active in their 70s, but there's really not many women on their 70s on the website, believe it or not. You know. Somebody says women in their 70s are definitely still active. Somebody says yes. Set up the DSLR and make some videos about your feelings. Time to get freaky with a cougar. Time to get freaky with a cougar. At the very least, it gave me some excitement. To be honest with you, like I'm involuntarily celibate. My sex life is dead. I'm having no romance. Everything is bland and the same. So at least it gave me, assuming I chat with a cougar, at least it gave me a thrill and some excitement. At least it gives me some excitement in my life. So at the very least, it's given me some sort of revitalization of a romantic life. You know what I mean? So that's not really a bad thing. It's natural to have a romantic life, and so it's there's no shame in that. There's no shame in that kind of thing. If somebody says, "Ew, old women," I'm like, hey, well, like at the end of the day, nobody my age is interested in dating me, and no women younger than me are interested in dating me. So why not try to find an older woman? Everybody needs romance. Everybody needs romance. Nobody my age is interested in dating me, and no 20-something-year-old's interested in dating me. So why not try to find a 40, 50, or 60-year-old, So he says, how do you know? I've been trying to find a romantic partner since 2022. I mean, it's been years. So, so far, no luck. So why not look for an older woman, And I like older women. Yeah, I'm not going to stop looking for women my age. I'm not going to stop looking for women at NAMI or the art class. The sauce says you can't go wrong, Andrew. You scream cub to a cougar. You're going to be cougar bait. They're going to tear you up, boy. They're going to tear you up, boy. I need a nice cougar. That's for sure. That's what I need. La 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 la. So should I set up the DSLR and post my thoughts about this, or? Ooh, to be honest with you, I don't want to talk about my personal life and my friends. I know some people are interested in my friends, but I don't want to talk about them. Somebody says 40 plus is almost like graveyard territory for women. Well, I don't know. I want a romantic partner. I'm not really an expert on women. Clearly, I'm not an expert on women. What do you mean by 40 plus is like graveyard territory for women? What does that mean? Somebody asks me what's for dinner. I don't know what's for dinner. Maybe I'll get tangerine beef. Somebody asks me what's the worst date I ever had. I guess I went to a crummy bar with a severely mentally ill woman. That was probably the worst date I ever had. She wouldn't let me leave. She tried to hug me. That was pretty bad. Oh, the one with Alice was pretty bad too. Yeah, I forgot about that. The one with Alice was that wasn't really a date. She was interested in scamming me. Yeah, that was a bad one too. Yeah, to be honest with you, I gave her like the worst artwork I'd done. I did it in like 2 minutes. So even though Alice stole artwork from me, I don't really care. It's not like I gave her one of my good drawings. I gave her one I didn't even care about. So good. She can frame it or she can tear it up or she can do whatever she wants to do with it, really. I don't care. Somebody says, that was smart of you. Yeah, I had foresight not to give her one of my good ones because I had a feeling that it was going to go south. Somebody says, how can you be sure she had nefarious intentions? I don't want to talk about Alice, really. I want. Should I set up the DSLR and talk about my membership to Cougar Life? Should I set up the DSLR and talk about my membership to Cougar Life? What do you think, Horn Dog? Yay or nay? Horn Dog says, tell us about your Cougar Life membership on a video. Okay. Fear not, I'm just getting my camera here. Okay. Somebody says, Andrew needs a sexy 50-something-year-old woman. That's what Andrew needs. Andrew needs a 50... And Andrew needs a sexy older woman. Somebody says, the older woman will teach you all kinds of things. Just be sure not to call her mother on accident. That's for sure. That's for sure. All right, I'm setting up the DSLR here, as you can see. Now I'm gonna. Somebody says it was quite obvious that Sharon was nefarious as well. Yeah, Sharon the sugar mama. I don't know much about her, but maybe she was fake. I mean that's what some people speculate here. Some people speculate Sharon the sugar mama was fake. So. Okay. Horndoak says, I hope you get some dates from Cougar Life. I hope so too. To be honest with you, I mean, there's no shame in dating an older woman. There's no shame in that, you know? Somebody says, any chats happening on Cougar Life? Not yet. Nobody's messaging me. I don't know why. What am I doing wrong? Why does no older woman want to date me? Maybe I gotta really... Okay, here we go. Here we go! Okay. Just give it time, Andrew. Okay. One sec. Woo! So, I bought a membership to Cougar Life, which is a website where younger men, I'm 38 years old, go to meet older women. I'm looking for women in their 40s, 50s, 60s. To be honest with you, there's not really a lot of women in their 70s, 80s, and so on the website. But, you know, I haven't had romance, intimacy in years. It's been so many years. My sex life is dead. My romantic life is dead. No women my age in their 30s or 20s or younger in their 20s are interested in me. So, you know, some people say, oh, you know, older women are like a graveyard due to menopause. I'm like, nobody's interested in me. Nobody's interested in dating me. You know, and if an older woman has interest in being a romantic partner to me, well, there's no shame in that. You know, and at the very least, even if you know, it's certainly less of a waste of money than my Millionaire Match membership. And at the very least, it gave me a little bit of a thrill. It gave me a little bit of a rush, you know, because even my fantasies, even my spicy content that I'm watching is boring. I'm chatting with no women. I have no romantic partner. Nobody my age or younger is interested in me. So hopefully I can meet a cougar. Hopefully I can meet an older woman. Hopefully I can meet somebody who's interested in me. There's no shame in that, you know? There's no shame in that. Somebody says, don't call the older woman mommy. Yeah, no, I won't, obviously. I'll you know, I'll treat it like, you know, it's any other date, you know? What else are people saying? Somebody says, Andrew, you want to date a woman who's 60 years old? You want maturity, man. I don't know. I'm looking for anybody to show romantic interest in me. I'm looking for anybody to show romantic interest in me. Nobody's showing romantic interest in me, and it's so frustrating. Somebody said they were with a cougar at one point. That's really good to hear. Older women can be nice. I know some people say, obviously, with menopause, you know, women lose their desire and such. So, I don't know. You know, obviously, I'm severely mentally ill. I have schizoaffective. But one thing I have going for me is I'm handsome. You know, I'm a handsome guy. And somebody says, you know, Andrew, you're going to be the perfect, you know, cub for a cougar. You know, a cougar's gonna see you and she's gonna eat you right up. She's gonna, you know, I'm like, okay, maybe, you know. I mean, that's not a bad thing. You know, that's not a bad thing. human beings are meant to have romance, intimacy, interpersonal relationships. If I get into a dynamic where a woman's kind of like a metaphorical mother, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. There's no shame in that. Somebody says, love is out there, cougars are out there, women are out there, but you got to go get it. You got to go out there and get the cougar. You got to go out there and, you got to try. You got to try and meet them. And I'm trying. Hopefully this cougar life membership isn't a waste of money. And hopefully I meet my dream cougar. All right. Any other topics you want me to talk about? Any other topics you want me to talk about? Well, somebody says. Somebody wants to hear about the last time I had romance and how long it's been. Okay, another topic. Give me another topic to riff on. You want me to sing a song? Okay. Somebody wants Real American. All right. That's an idea. I could sing Real American. I got to unplug the refrigerator because I want to give you a master take. Do I need the lyrics? Or should I just go for it? In honor of the passing of Hulk Hogan, I'm going to sing I Am a Real American. I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life. Den, 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 den. Den, 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 den. When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside. Den, 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 den. You gotta be a man, it don't hurt to hide. Din, 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 din. If you hurt my friends, then you hurt my pride. I gotta be a man, I can't let it slide. I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life. Din, 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 din. I feel strong about right and wrong. Din, 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 din. I won't take trouble for very long. Din, 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 din. I got something deep inside of me. Courage is the thing that sets us free. I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life. I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life. I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American. Fight for what's right. Fight for your life. All right. I gave it the old college try. I'm very caffeinated, so give me another request here. La 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 la. Somebody says, "Rip your shirt." Sweating bullets. I don't know that one. Why is nobody messaging? I messaged like tons of people. Nobody's messaging me on Cougar Life. Damn it. A song by Linkin Park. You want me to do Numb by Linkin Park? You want me to do Numb by Linkin Park? Yeah, somebody wants Numb by Linkin Park. I'm tired of being what you want me to be. Din 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 din. I'm tired of being what you want me to be. Feeling so faithless, lost under the surface. I don't know what you're expecting of me. Put under the pressure of walking in your shoes. Caught in the undertow, just caught in the undertow. Every step that I take is another mistake to you. Caught in the undertow, just caught in the undertow. I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. Become so tired, so much more aware. I'm becoming this. All I want to do is be more like me and be less like you. Can't you see that you're smothering me? Holding too tightly, afraid to lose control. Everything that you thought I would be has fallen apart right in front of you. Caught in the undertow, just caught in the undertow. Every step that I take is another mistake to you. Caught in the undertow, just caught in the undertow. And every second I waste is more than I can take. I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. Become so tired, so much more aware. I'm becoming this. All I want to do is be more like me and be less like you. And I know I may end up failing too. And I know you were just like me with someone disappointed in you. I've become so numb, I can't feel you there. Become so tired, so much more aware. I'm becoming this. All I want to do is be more like me and be less like you. I've become so numb. I'm tired of being what you want me to be. I've become so numb. I'm tired of being what you want me to be. Yeah. Somebody says he needs another cold brew. That was like really directed at my mother and father. I really channeled Chester Bennington to say "fuck you" to my parents. All right, guys, I'm going to upload them now. Somebody says, your parents love you, and I know they love me. I know they love me. I was just channeling Chester Bennington there. Somebody says, it really spoke to your situation in life. Yes. Be right back, guys. I'll be back in like 20 minutes.